Good morning. Hello. How is everybody? Welcome. Welcome to my home and welcome to my sacred space, which I have prepared for you. And for this, preparation is key. Let's hope I prepared enough. So, one of the things that I've been told recently, again, I've been working on this, is my sound quality. So, if anybody has any suggestions for that, I think I'm thinking right now all I need is an adapter. I have a really good mic. I just don't know how to adapt it to what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I might just need to buy an adapter. Um, yes, I did get some new stuff here. So I think we will show off hearts. I'm gonna put heart toppers on. I'll just use these three hearts. Okay, and I am going to show them to you up close. Okay, so this one, the people at the rock store where I went didn't know what that one was. They thought it might be Jasper. I was thinking that too. And then we have this black obsidian heart that you can see a reflection of the phone in as I hold it up. This one is Labordite. And on camera, it's not really showing all the colors that I see here in person. Maybe that's showing. Oh, look, it's kind of showing now, the way the light hits it right now. Okay, so this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, and we are doing your daily pick meditation. We have 3 cards to pick from right now. This one has a cat hair on it. Okay, and let's see. So just to remind you, there are many ways to connect with me, from booking an appointment on my website to checking out photos on my Instagram. So just click on my link tree in the description of this video. It's as easy as that. So it's also very helpful to me if you like this video, and that means give it a thumbs up. And each of my videos that you watch, that means click on the thumbs up each time you watch a video. So share and subscribe, and thanks very much to everyone who has subscribed, especially my mom and some others who actually started YouTube because I'm doing this. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate all of you that come. I appreciate all of you that subscribe, all of you that come back, all of you that come back intermittently or every day. Either way, I'm very appreciative of your presence. It really does boost it boosts my soul, it boosts my ego, it boosts my day. If I were doing anything else during this quarantine time, I might not be nearly as happy as I am now. So, we have 3 cards each. We have 3 to pick from, so you're going to pick your favorite card topper, and then we have 3 cards under each card topper. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started with what we think is a Jasper. Jasper looks all different wonderful ways. And you have several cards here. We're going to try not to have to consult a book, but we might need to do that. Because Karos, I don't even remember. Let's look at that card up close. Look at that detail. Detail. You also have the Ace of Rods that basically says go for it. Not only is it a good idea to go the direction that you're going, full speed ahead, but you also have the blessing of your spirit guides or one of your ancestors here up here as the moth. You should also have plenty to eat as you go, as you have the wheat here, and it does look like it may very well be a spiritual mission with Stonehenge here in the back. Your moon for today is what do you need to release? It's the waning moon. which means it's the moon that's getting smaller. And so this card asks of you to give, to let go of, to apologize, to release. This card asks you to go for it. And Karos, we're going to look up in our little wild archetypes book and see what we have for Karos. You can focus in on that candle while I do this. Let's see. Karos. Okay. We have all had the experience of timelessness. Oh, yes. It talks about divine timing. Basically, a lot of times when we talk about divine timing, we're talking about being patient, but also being ready. We're often thinking about being patient, but also we're thinking about being ready for what's to come. Divine timing. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowledge and not a moment longer. So, I hope you liked your reading today. If you picked that Jasper Heart, then that was you. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the Karos card turned upright. And then we'll move on to our black obsidian. Oh, look. Hi. I think you can see me in the hi. And we're going to go ahead and look at your cards. Let's look at them all three together. Okay, so we have the Lone Man. We have a new moon in Virgo. And we have the shadow self, or the shadow. So let's look at this first card, the Lone Man, or the Hanged Man. I need to start calling him the Lone Man because the Hanged Man is alarming, and that's not really exactly what I want to do. I don't want to alarm people. This is supposed to be a guidance. So whenever I see the Lone Man, obviously I always think about meditation. It is definitely about seeing things from a different perspective and being, just letting yourself be. Letting yourself be alone. Letting yourself be who you are. Stop being so hard on yourself. Just be here now. Wherever here is, wherever now is, whatever you're wearing, whatever you're doing, be aware of who and where you are right now. And as you're thinking about who and where you are right now, try contemplating your shadow self. Your shadow self is often the parts of us that we kind of want to discard or get rid of, especially when we're talking about our spiritual lives and our spiritual selves, because the dark side or the shadow side is also known as the dark side. So these are the things that we often don't want to think about. These are the things that the cards are suggesting that you think about now. A time to give rather than take. Here with the new moon in Virgo, I think I'd like to read a little bit from both the shadow self and the moon in Virgo. So I'm going to put those down, and you can go ahead and come on over here and focus on that candle. And I will get, first let's do the new moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you? Where do you want to go? This card suggests a restart, and the Virgo suggests you make the restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Also, this card right here considers that if you have been ill or unhealthy, that now is the time for recovery. So this is a card that indicates that you're on your way to better health. Now, I do also want to look in, and what did I do with it? I want to look at the shadow as well. So we'll put that shadow card up here, and let's see what The Wild Unknown Archetypes book is going to tell us about the shadow. Although every card in the Archetypes decks has a shadow potential, this asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow self. The shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it's typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and contents of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. Okay, so basically, find support for this deep inner work. Find support for this deep inner work. I'll say it one more time. Find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. This is you after all. Be gentle with yourself. And now we are going to go ahead and move on to this that's coming up next under our Labordite. Let's look at your cards. And you have Agape, you have the Six of Cups, and you have the Super Moon. This is really special. This is a really special draw. If this is what you picked, these are just really wonderful things. So one of the things I want to start with, let's start with the Super Moon. Emotions are running high. I do kind of want to read to you a little bit about this, so I'm going to set this down on the table and read about Super Moon. Super Moon. It's a full moon that takes place when the moon is at the closest point to the earth. We know this. She is known as the queen of emotions. And if you draw the super moon, your feelings will be more highly charged. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask for her assistance. Don't ignore the obvious, and a resolution to your question is closer than you may think. I really also wanted to expound a little bit on, I guess I didn't even really talk about it, did I? Let's talk about the Six of Cauldrons. I'm sorry, I'm just going to throw it down on the table. This one has it's about new beginnings, and so you have this super moon, and you have this that's what we're talking. We're talking about new beginnings and a rite of passage. We're talking about moving forward, reunions. So real happy times with strong emotions mixed with agape, and I think a lot of you out there know what agape means, but I'm going to go ahead and read to you from the book The Wild Archetypes about agape. I might even just read this whole thing real quick. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God, Goddess, or nature at the center? How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of agape. It's alive when we are in awe and wonder, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and ask for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form, and like a healing balm to the modern soul, its effects last a lifetime. The agape card may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day, consciously or unconsciously. What are you elevating? Where does the sacred ladder you climb ultimately lead? So basically, it's saying, look at what you're doing. What are you doing? Who are you worshiping? How are you praying? They're asking, instead of asking God for things, instead of that, to move towards loving God and making God your center. What are we worshiping every day in our everyday lives? Are we worshiping money? What are we thinking about most of the time? This is a really great spread about love. And we've come to the end. It's a natural end. I love you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you coming every day. I am working on the sound. See ya. Love ya. Bye.